When an officer's in a situation like that, it's life-threatening.
Now at 5, Fort Wayne's public safety director is reacting to this weekend's fatal officer-involved shooting. Good evening. It is the first shooting involving an officer in Fort Wayne since 2013. News Channel 15's Sara Wagner has been following the story since we first broke it on Nightcast Saturday, and she joins us live from our newsroom with tonight's top story.
Several agencies are investigating the case, which is standard for police action shootings. I talked to both the Indiana State Police and the city's public safety director this afternoon. They tell me their main focus is a transparent and thorough investigation. Dozens of cop cars lined the 2400 block of St. Mary's Avenue Saturday night. Officers were dispatched on a disturbance call. That's when 46-year-old Anthony Hodge answered the door.
He was armed with a very large caliber handgun.
After refusing to drop it several times, Officer Nicholas Lixon shot him in the stomach and killed him.
There were 4 shots fired.
The 10-year veteran of the force is now on administrative leave. Officer Ryan Nicetune was training with Officer Lixon at the time.
In the first 6 months, officers ride with a more experienced officer.
He's also on leave. Public Safety Director Rusty York says the 2 officers actually won't be interviewed until at least 3 sleep cycles after the shooting.
Studies have shown you need to give officers time for them to collect their thoughts, get over the trauma.
Within the next 2 days, the officers will be interviewed by a psychologist. York says something like this changes an officer's perspective forever.
They have one experience leading up to a life or death situation, and then it changes immediately. And it affects them, how they respond, and their thought process for the rest of their career.
York says the officers weren't wearing body cameras, something the department is working to change.
Well, we're in the process right now of obtaining, hopefully, a grant that will equip just about a third of our officers with body cams.
Several other agencies are not only assisting FWPD in the investigation, but also conducting their own. That includes the Indiana State Police.
Something that's not out of the ordinary, doesn't insinuate one thing or the other.
Sergeant Ron Galavez with the Indiana State Police says it simply provides the prosecutor's office with another set of eyes.
We owe it to the public, we owe it to the officer involved, and we owe it to the Fort Wayne Police Department to take our time and do that very thoroughly, and they're doing the same exact thing. There is no cookie-cutter situation, nor is there a cookie-cutter response to that situation.
There's no set timeline on when the investigation will be complete. Live in the newsroom, Sara Wagner, News Channel 15.